Man, listen, man, who cares? Man, kill that noise.
Bfam, brothers from another mother, letting y'all know there ain't no other brothers. Where today don't matter where you from. Bfam, we changing it up. 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 Yeah, Bfam.
Crazy, man.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, and I am accompanied by none other than Mr. Centric.
It's been a minute, brother.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. How you doing, Bfam fans out there? Aconnectiontv fans, how y'all doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to be back on camera with my Bfam here.
Yes.
Mr. West.
Yes.
We just had a long conversation.
A very long
We don't
conversation.
need to talk about the conversation, but we just had a very long conversation.
Yeah, we did.
So,
But this particular video, I'm not going to, how can I put this? I'm not going to have us talk about anything else but this one particular topic on this one video, because I think that this, this situation is so important to where I don't want to, give any other topic or any other category light, because this situation deserves the whole video. And obviously you read the title. We're talking about Trayvon Martin. I have my little hoodie on to represent in a small way, but I definitely wanted to have somebody on film with me talking about this particular subject matter, so that we can go back and forth and I can give you guys a different opinion on the Aconnectiontv side versus just me giving you my opinion and my opinion alone. So I brought my my Bfam over here, who is definitely has an opinion about this situation. For those of you that do not know, I'm not sure where you've been, but it's been all over YouTube, news, newspapers, magazines. Trayvon Martin was a 17-year-old African-American young male who was gunned down in Sanford, Florida, and killed in the name of self-defense. The accused guy, or the guy that did it, George Zimmerman, was not found guilty.
wait, they didn't have the trial yet, did they?
They didn't. He wasn't arrested.
Yeah, he was not initially arrested.
He wasn't arrested for this situation, and he's still out free.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that I didn't know, because
Yeah.
I could have sworn that I heard that they were, doing their investigation now, so he was behind bars. But see, this story is so big right now. It's like there's so many stories.
Last I knew, I was just watching
information going around. It's like
I was just watching Roland Martin last night on Washington's Watch or something like that, where he had this intense debate with a lot of black and white public figures, and they were talking about how he's still roaming free, and how this is a huge issue, and they don't understand how he's still free, and so forth and so on. So, short end of the stick, I mean, this guy was a part of Neighborhood Watch in this particular area of Sanford, Florida, and he saw Trayvon Martin in a hoodie, and basically at the end of the day shot him for no reason.
Followed him after being told by the 911 dispatcher on the other line not to. Followed him and then had the nerve to claim self-defense. Now, if anybody that is into law, self-defense off the back, that's you standing your ground and somebody coming to you attacking you. If Trayvon was obviously walking away from the situation or running away, from what I heard, and this guy was following him, how does that how does his statement for self-defense even stand? And why is this guy, if that's what you said, is still out free? You know, waking up every day like everybody else when he committed a crime. A very hateful crime at that, for somebody who did nothing to him in the first place, who did nothing, period. This kid was coming from a convenience store with candy and iced tea.
Yeah. And
now he's no longer with us. And rest in peace, by the way, Trayvon Martin. And I'm so sorry that you have to go this way. This topic really hits home for me in a lot of ways because my brother, my younger brother, he was actually shot at earlier last week. On Wednesday, I'm at work. I get the phone call while I'm at work. I had to head out all the way to the Bronx at midnight on the train, scared as hell. I'm not knowing what's going on. All I know is that I got the text from my mom and she's telling me Cam got shot at. I didn't even ask any questions. I didn't make any phone calls. I just left my job, you know, took a long trip all the way to the Bronx because, you know, after like 11 o'clock now, trains start running crazy. I didn't get to the hospital until about something to 1. I stayed at the hospital up until like 5 o'clock just to find out what was going on. So basically, my brother was shot out by an anonymous figure. We still don't even know who this person was. He was hanging out with his friends and bullets just started flying at him and his friends. That's all we know. So when it's hitting home, you know, for me because it's just like Trayvon, you know, his family, like I can only imagine what they're going through right now. Like, and then from what I heard, like I said, there's so many different pieces of information floating around is that his family actually didn't even find out that their son was murdered until 3 days after he was actually murdered. Like they held the body for 3 days before actually informing the parents. In my opinion, I feel as though everybody who was involved in this entire situation needs to be behind bars ASAP. And then I'm seeing, you know, newspaper articles with Obama's finally speaking about, I mean, no disrespect to the president himself, you know, I don't know Obama, okay? I'm the type of individual, I don't really touch on politics that much, but until I know you, that's when I can speak about the person that you really are. All these politicians, superstars that you see on TV, they're just figures that you know from TV. You don't know them behind the scenes. And in my opinion, I really feel as though by speaking about it, how is that really helping the situation? You should be doing something about it. Everybody can speak about it. Me and Wesley are speaking about it right now. But people that are empowered to really do something about it, why are you not doing something about it? This is the problem. It's a very big problem. Because here it is, a 17-year-old innocent kid that's no longer with us, that had so much life ahead of him, a future. God knows what he could have been capable of. And now he's no longer here because of some hateful person who obviously was intoxicated, because that's what they said he was at the time, and then claimed self-defense after he followed the person. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I just don't understand how, and it's crazy because even George Zimmerman's lawyer doesn't understand how this is all coming about, because the stand your ground law basically means that you have the right to defend yourself, not pursue somebody that is not, you know, attacking you. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I just don't understand that how in the year of 2012 we as human beings act this way. I just don't get it, you know. And I've noticed certain things happening because of this case, and everybody's creating huge buzz about it and getting everybody to be informed about it with the Million Hoodie March in Philly and New York. And what I realize is that it's not become just a black thing, you know, because a lot of races are getting involved, and it's, you know, whenever something like this happens, you got a black guy getting shot at or whatever the case may be, it's always a white cop doing it or something like that. In this particular instance, you know, George Zimmerman is Hispanic, but if there was a clear divide, where a black cop killed a white boy, you know, it would just, or a black dude that was, you know, neighborhood watchman or whatever, killed the white boy, you know, a lot of people are saying that the thing would have
probably would have turned out.
Yeah, like he would have been on death row, or right. He would have been killed. He would have been locked up a long time ago. So I mean,
and everybody's pulling, you know, the same race card. Like I told Wes, like when I leave my house, I don't see colors. I just see people. Colors has never, I mean, first and foremost, I guess is depending on how the way you were brought up. I was not brought up to even see colors. I was brought up to see human beings, people, and that's all that anybody in this world, living in today's world, should be looking at. Being the fact that, I mean, for them to, you know, pull the race card, that's not what's important, okay? Because racism exists amongst every culture. You have blacks hating Hispanics, Hispanics hating blacks, blacks hating whites, whites hating blacks, whites hating Asians, Asians hating blacks and whites. It's a mixture of every culture hating each other, and at the end of the day, for no apparent reason.
I just don't understand that. Like, that's my biggest issue. Like, I know that, you know, a lot of thoughts are embedded in our mind to think certain ways about, you know, race and color divide. Like, something so small as, you know, when we see a white person dancing in the club and they don't have, you know, good rhythm or rhythm enough to be dancing, and we say that it's because they're white, stuff like that, that's already like embedded in our brain.
And
so
it's unnecessary.
Like, right.
It's
so it's
there
like
are black people that can't dance either.
Right.
But we
so
wouldn't
it's
say
like,
that to them.
Why?
Them.
Right, exactly, because they're black.
Yeah.
So why do we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we do that? Like, for me, when I go to a nice restaurant and I'm sitting there with another minority friend and the waiter that comes to wait on us is white, why don't they, you know, check on us every 3 seconds, every minute to see how
they give us the same
our meal is?
Giving the white couple that's sitting right behind us.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Me and Wesley hang out, you know, we go out to lunches and stuff like that. At the end of the day, like, I still wouldn't look at it like that. And me and Wes have had discussions like that. I probably wouldn't even look at it like that. I probably look at it like, okay, maybe he's busy or something like that. I always try to look at the positivity about, because me and Wesley actually recently went out. We, you know, had lunch at Red Lobster in Times Square. And, you know, it took a minute for our food to come. About a good 45 minutes. And our waiter was white. You know, you had 2 black dudes, and I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it as, okay, something's up at the kitchen, you know, blame the cooks.
I looked at it like I looked at it like the wig was about to come off and I was about to get upset, like, what the fuck is going on? Where's my food? Blah blah blah. But then, you know, it's like, and I didn't really think about the whole white and black situation either. I just was like, well, what the hell is going on? Because the waiter was not explaining to us what was going on.
There was no communication.
So that was the aggravated, you know, and that's what I was aggravated with. But man, listen, I was about to go off.
But see, being the fact that the lack of the communication is the reason as to why, if me and Wes were sitting there and we had it in our minds, like, oh, so he's really treating us like this because we black and he's thinking he's not gonna get no tip.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Right.
So black people don't tip. Is that what it is?
Right.
Like, because we tip. We tip. Okay?
Do we not need to, for real, do we not need to let them know? Man, listen, I was trying to get the poor guy a tip because I realized that the restaurant was running him around rampant, like the poor boy.
Oh no, but see, in that situation, gratuity was already included. For a party or two, I used to be a waiter. Anybody that's watching this video, please agree with me on this. Put the comments at the bottom of this this video. Anybody who's a waiter knows. For a table or two, there's no need to add gratuity already. And the fact that we had to wait 45 minutes for our food, and by the time it got there, it still was not hot. And we're in a restaurant. We didn't go to McDonald's. We went to a restaurant to eat. Why am I adding on a tip where you already added gratuity to a table or two? And I don't know if it's like a city code. I don't know if that's just what happens in Manhattan. I'm guessing that's what happens. But no, you're not getting an extra tip. We waited 45 minutes for our food, and when it got out, it was cold. So I'm adding extra tip? No. And
I just felt compelled. And he looking at me like, mother, if you even. But I just, it's just, you know, it's just tragic that we have to bring color into every situation that occurs. Yeah. But you know, a lot of times it happens that way. It happens that way. It really does. Like, my mind is conditioned to believe that I am being mistreated because of the color of my skin. I'm walking from, getting off the cab in the city because I went to a hip hop dance class in downtown, and I'm going into Penn Station. A cop walks up to me. Now, mind you, my mind is in shock, right? Because I got my hoodie. Like, now when I'm walking, I take my hoodie off. Like when I go in and I'll go on my street around the corner or whatever, cops are all over the place. And they're 9 times out of 10, they're white. So for me, when I'm walking out at an AM time, I always take my hoodie off so they can see my face and they won't get this, whatever about me. And that's
a suspicious figure.
Right. And I just do that often. So when I'm walking to Penn Station today, I saw the cop approach me, and I don't like cops. I have a huge anger in me when it comes to dealing with cops because they abuse their power and they take advantage of their power.
Not all of them. See, this is not all of them, but see,
every experience
between
every experience that I've been in, they have abused their power and have taken advantage of their power.
I can speak on that too.
I have an ill disgust for cops. I just do.
But then Wesley,
and in my mind, it could be a black cop, it could be a Hispanic cop, it could be a white cop. I just don't like cops. I have a huge thing about I just don't like them.
Okay.
So
and that's why in certain situations, like how we were just saying with racism, that's why even without somebody getting to know the individual themselves, they automatically judge it based on the group itself.
No, but what I'm saying though, is that I automatically get an anger inside me, but I don't act out on it. Like, I don't give the cop attitude. I don't go in the cop's face. I don't say I know my rights. I don't act out. I just, inside me, I just know that I'm going to be mistreated. And that's just something that the cops bring on me. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that I've seen around me. And so I'm about to walk into Penn Station. The cop walks up to me. I have my hoodie on. I go to take off my hoodie because I'm automatically thinking that he thinks I'm somebody that's been walking around or something. And he comes up to me and he's like, I need you to step to the side. And in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to act out. It's gonna be another situation, blah, blah, blah. Because I really, it gets to a point where I really want to explode with a cop. But me not acting out on it initially, he put me to the side because there was an Asian family that was coming out of Penn Station that had hired security. And there was a car waiting on the side of the road for them. And I don't know who this family was. I don't know what that was about. I gotta figure out this camera. Okay, so.
But as I was saying before, we all know that cops are fully capable of killing innocent people as well. I just, I thank God every day. I mean, I pray on a daily basis, but I thank God every day since that situation has happened that, it wasn't a situation where they thought that my brother was the one shooting and he was running and they just shot him and he was another innocent bystander, like he was another Sean Bell, or I can't even name them. I don't even want to name them because just naming them, it's just it brings you back to a place that you really don't want to be. Like, as human beings, we have to develop ourselves as to move on with life, because if we get all down and out about situations, we're not going to move on, and it is just going to hinder your life within itself. So I mean, at
the end of the day, all of our prayers, everybody involved with Aconnectiontv, feel for the family, and you guys have been asking us to talk about it, and we definitely have an opinion about it. So I definitely wanted to bring this video to you guys, but uninterrupted by anything else. So I wanted this video to be its own thing. Definitely go online, sign the petitions, be involved, wear your hoodie if that's the only way that you feel that you can be involved.
Embed this video in other
share it on Facebook, Twitter, and get people to learn about the situation. And for whatever reason you never heard about the situation, now you know. Because I recently found out that Aconnectiontv is watched all over the world. I was looking at different stats and everything, and it's just amazing. From Bahamas to United Kingdom to Pakistan to all over the place. So if you haven't heard it and this is the first time you're hearing it, definitely research the situation and get involved any way, shape, or form. I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv.
And I'm Centric.
And this is Bfam, and we love y'all. Mwah.